Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today's episode is for anyone who has ever said, I know what to do, I just can't stick to it. Because today, we're questioning one of the most common beliefs in dieting and self-control. That belief is this: if you fail, you didn't have enough willpower. But what if that story is wrong? What if willpower isn't the problem at all? Let me start here. Most people feel like their eating struggles are personal, like a character flaw. Why do we internalize this so deeply?
Because we've been taught to see eating as a moral issue instead of a biological one. If you overeat, you're undisciplined. If you snack, you gave in. If you quit a diet, you failed. But none of that explains why the same person can be incredibly disciplined in other areas of life and still struggle with food.
That contradiction is huge. You're saying the problem isn't effort, it's context.
Exactly. Willpower is a mental tool. Appetite is a signal system. When those two collide, the signal system always wins.
So let's define this clearly. What is willpower actually good for?
Short-term decisions. Making a phone call you don't want to make. Getting out of bed. Choosing not to say something in a heated moment. Willpower was never designed to override repeated biological signals all day long. That's like asking your phone battery to power a house.
That's a great analogy. So when someone says, I just need more discipline, what are they really saying?
They're saying, I'm trying to use force where a system is broken, and force always loses, eventually.
Here's a key line from this episode title: Why Willpower Always Fails Before Appetite Does. But you actually flip that, don't you?
Yes, willpower doesn't fail first. Appetite fails first. When appetite works properly, willpower barely gets involved. You eat, you feel satisfied. You stop, no drama. But when appetite is distorted, when hunger feels urgent, emotional, or nonstop, every decision feels heavy. At that point, willpower is no longer guiding behavior. It's just reacting.
Most people assume appetite is broken because they eat too much. Is that accurate?
Not really. Appetite usually breaks because eating never stops. Snacking between meals, drinking calories, tasting while cooking, late-night eating, constant grazing. There are no pauses, and without pauses, hunger loses its rhythm.
So hunger stops being a signal and starts feeling like an emergency.
Exactly. And emergencies override willpower every time. That's not weakness. That's biology doing its job.
This explains why so many diets feel impossible to sustain.
Because they attack the wrong layer. They say, eat less. Be strong. Push through hunger. But hunger isn't a thought you can outthink. It's a signal you have to retrain. And retraining doesn't happen through pressure. It happens through safety and repetition.
This is where the idea of pausing comes in. Not hours, not days, minutes.
Right. Instead of asking, can I not eat for the rest of the day? You ask, can I wait 15 minutes? That question changes everything. It removes pressure. It removes drama. It removes fear.
Let's be very clear here. 15 minutes is not a promise.
Correct. It's not a result. It's not a metabolic achievement. It's not a shortcut. 15 minutes is a training unit. It trains one thing: the ability to pause eating without panic. That's it.
What actually changes when someone practices these pauses?
They experience hunger differently. Instead of reacting immediately, they notice it. They stay present. They see that hunger rises and often falls on its own. That experience rebuilds trust. And when trust returns, appetite calms down.
So decisions get easier, not because you're stronger, but because the noise is lower.
Exactly. Calm beats control.
This feels like the core insight of the episode. You don't fix eating by demanding control.
You fix it by restoring pauses. When appetite is corrected, willpower becomes almost irrelevant. You're no longer fighting yourself. You're cooperating with your body.
This was the Deep Dive. If there's one thing to remember, it's this: you don't need more willpower. You need fewer interruptions.
15 minutes. One calm pause. A better relationship with your body.
rock one more time.